need your glory. I want your glory. Less of me and more of you is what I really do need. Show me your glory. Show me your power. Less of me and more of you is what I need. So many times I strayed away, rejected your love and your warm embrace, but I realize I need you more and more each day, more each day. Less of me and more and more and more and more and more of you, Lord. Hey, here's what I came to tell you. I need your glory. Can't live without your glory. Tried it over and over and over and over again, but I found out that I the glory, so rain on me, fall on me, shine on me, your glory, need your glory.
Yes, your glory. I need your glory. Wow, this is Earnest, Pugh. I need your glory. It's amazing right here on Up Close and in Focus how a 17-year-old who was probably 3 years old when this song was recorded, he has now taken it and redid it, and now it's #1 on iTunes. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. I am about to speak with Dr. Ernest Pugh about the past and the future. Up close and in focus.
Welcome to Up Close and in Focus, the podcast that takes you behind the scenes with production and marketing trailblazers of the music and film industry. Are you ready to be empowered and pursue your own passion?
Yes, we're back here, Up Close and in Focus, with yours truly, the man of the hour, Mr. Ernest Pugh. What's up, buddy?
Man, can you believe that?
Hey, I just saw these two versions of this song that God blessed us with over 14, 15 years ago.
Wow.
And, Ernest, I think back when we first recorded the song. I think we first did it with Zaccardi Cortez on James Fortune's album. Yeah. And then we came back and we did a version of it with William Murphy.
Right.
Now, the song was written by
James Fortune.
And so I've heard these two versions of the song. I'll just tell a bit of the story. I heard these two versions of the song, I Need Your Glory. And then we're about 14 years ago, we're working on Ernest Pugh's album. And that song, it just touched my heart so much. The writing style that James did on that record. And I was like, I was hearing something. I was like, Ernest, I need you to record this record. I need you to record I Need Your Glory, Ernest. Right. And what did you say?
Well, I know you because every record that you do is going to have something from the past. It's like past, present, future. So I was resistant because I felt like I had so much, newer stuff that kind of represented me more. And first I was like, why is he telling me this? He going to forget he told me to do it. But you would always come back and say, remember, I know you turned into masters. We got to record that song, I Need Your Glory. So I was like, man, we got to record the song. That was the easy part. The hardest part was trying to sing it live. Because I'm like, this is what you want to do.
Well, I mean, we had one arrangement on it with James and Zaccardi and James and William Murphy.
Right.
And then,
Awesome.
it was awesome arrangements. And then you came and you rewrote the song a little bit and you put this new twist to it. Right. So, how was that? What were you feeling when you did that?
I think in that season, listening to that song, I was a worship leader at a church. And so a worship leader has always got to be thinking of ways to synergize a room. So how do you get the people to sing? So even though that was a very good arrangement, Zaccardi is one of the greatest soloists in the world, but to try to get the people pulled into the moment, I wanted to make it a corporate worship vamp on the end. So everybody can say, your glory, Lord. So we went to the, real simple, almost like a lullaby. Oh, so we looked up and the people were singing it. And we were like, that's what makes it really resonate. And if people can sing it, remember that person who said, I write the songs, they make the whole world sing. Yeah. If the world can sing it, they'll buy it. And you bought it instantly. You were like, I get it. We own it. And so you put it in the radio. I thought it was just going to be something we sing, but you put it in the radio and the people ate it up so much so it knocked Rain On Us off the chart.
Yeah. Well, man, I knew you were going to do that falsetto in there. That's your signature sound. The arrangement that you made on that particular one, it touched my soul, my heart, and it was my job to make sure the people across America and worldwide was able to experience that worship experience from that song, and we did. But here is so ironic here. We recorded that song 14 years ago, and the young man who just sung it on American Idol, he was 3 years old.
3 years old when it came out.
Yeah, 3 years old when that record came out.
Generation.
And for him to pick that song in today's in this season, and for him singing that song on American Idol, the song has blown up #1 on iTunes. Everybody's singing it, challenging it.
The first time. And the album itself is actually really, really doing well over there as well. A seed that you planted almost 2 decades ago.
Let's talk about let's talk about planting seeds and creating legacy songs, creating real hits. I think the industry has gotten away from creating real hits. They're everybody's shooting for a #1 record. And
there's a difference.
Yeah, it's a difference between a #1 record and a hit that will live from generation to generation.
You should explain that. Say that again. Knock on wood.
This ain't no wood, is it?
A #1 song.
Yeah. So we have hits here, and let's talk about collaborations.
Yes. The fact that generation can come and have the same reverence and respect on like his interpretation as a millennial is going to be different than mine. I mean, I'm going to be 60 next year. He's going to be probably 20 in a couple of years. But the fact that he could hear the spirit of the song, it tugged at his heart. When I was 17, I wasn't focused like that. The lyric in the song says, I realize I need you more and more each day. When I was 17, I needed more tennis shoes. We were lettering in sports. We were trying to date. We were trying to get our prom. We were trying to find out if we was going to have a college scholarship. But this boy is 17. So that lets you know that comes from pain. You don't just wake up at 17 and be like, oh, the Lord is my only option. You got so many other things to navigate in life. So this song is so powerful and so timeless that not only did my generation get it, his generation got it.
Yes, and I mean, James did a magnificent ministry on American Idol with this song. And if he didn't do or collaborate with this song, we wouldn't be sitting here talking about this song. It would be just laying in the catalog. And we're gonna come back in a minute, and we're gonna talk about creating value in your music. We're going to also talk about collaboration, voluntarily and involuntarily. You understand?
I want to hear that.
Yeah, with your music. And I'm going to have an in-depth conversation with the Earnest Pugh, because Ernest has been through
Oh yeah.
and for him to be here right now, it's just soothing to my soul. So we'll be right back right here on Up Close and in Focus.
I need to glow. I want your glory. Less of me and more of you is what I need. Show me your glory and show me your power. Less of me and more of you is what I need.
I need your glory.
I
want your glory.
Less of me,
Less of me and
more
of you is what I need.
show me
your glory.
Show
me your power.
less of me and more
Less
of
of
you.
me and more of you
What I
is
need, yeah. So many times I strayed away, rejecting the love in your warm embrace. But I realize I need you more and more each day.
Up Close and in Focus, we're back with Earnest Pugh, and we're having a deep, in-depth conversation about the music industry.
Well, I mean, everybody in the comments are asking the magic question: are you gonna give him a record deal?
Well, they're asking about him getting a record.
Yeah.
deal. Okay. Well, I want to let everyone in the comments know this. In 2025, there is no such thing, first of all, as a record deal. Per Kerry Douglas. This is all me. I more specialize in consulting and talking to artists and people about something called the New Deal.
What's the new deal?
The New Deal is now what we're dealing with when we're dealing with digital platforms. We're dealing with artists, scores. We're dealing with talking about interest and principle. Now you're like, Kerry, what does interest
have to do with singing?
Have to do with singing?
No, the score though, because you talk about it like it's a credit score.
No, it's an artist score.
It's an artist score.
Yeah. So when you first met me 30 years ago, your artist score was low.
I wouldn't have got the credit. I wouldn't have got the credit card.
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't have got it, but
right.
You was a first time buyer.
Okay.
So yeah, you was a first time buyer then. You was a first time artist.
Right.
And let's talk about that, being that first time artist then, because you have created some hits, but it took a while to get to this this situation. The process took a little time, and let's talk about the process. So I like interviewing you, Ernest. I like interviewing you, Ernest, because you are a living witness. You are someone who's not just talking about something. You've lived through it. You've lived through wanting to get on. When I first met you, you wanted to get on. You were surrounded around artists. I think Byron Cage, Ricky Dillard. You was surrounded around these big name guys, and you knew you had the talent. You knew you had the talent. So how did you feel back then? We'll go back then. How did you feel back then? Working up under Byron Cage, working up under Ricky Dillard, and being exposed to all these just larger than life gospel figures at the time. How did you feel knowing that you had something
It was a moment that God gives you to kind of look over the shoulders of somebody who's doing it like on a big scale, like doing it with excellence. And so a lot of things that a lot of people see behind the scenes are very uh, vital things that you need. Like I had never heard the word publishing before. I had never didn't know what the function of a manager was. I didn't know what it was to have a musical director. When you work on staff with a church, it just comes in. But you have a whole budget where you pay singers, you pay band. You got to go get a stylist because you got to look a certain way. So I'm sitting there looking at them, and it was teaching me how to differentiate between ministry and industry. So they can be used interchangeably, but when you're in ministry, everything's given to you. In industry, you got to create a demand for yourself by having things happening marketing wise, artistry wise. Got to hire a PR person. So watching them do it and spend their money just when it was my time, a lot of stuff I was like, I've never had to do it, but I'm cognizant and I'm aware that I got to have all these things. Otherwise, I'm just another gift. I'm just another voice, face in the crowd who trying to make a jump off. But I think what God did is he set me there to kind of study. So it's kind of like being in school and then you finally like, okay, I'm ready to get out of college. I'm ready to have my own apartment. I'm ready to do this. And that's what it allowed me to do. It caused me to be very, very understanding the process of all these things that it takes to make a star or to make somebody have, visibility and exposure.
Right. So when I met you 25 years ago, you
Mhm.
had me a CD, and there was a song on there. The first time I heard that song, it was called "Rain on Us."
Yeah,
Shower down,
yeah,
rain on us. I mean, an amazing piece of art, right?
yeah,
And so you gave me that song, and we went to work.
yeah.
We went to work.
2000. The amazing thing is you were in town. We did this big concert at the church. Kelly Price was there on the thing, and out of all the people, I'm in the lobby, and you walk through the lobby, and I'm like, "That's that guy. That's that radio guy." At the time, you was doing magazines with a CD,
Yeah.
and I was like, and I'm thinking you're gonna have 1,000 security people, but you walking in the lobby all by yourself, and I'm like, "Hey, Doc, I heard a whole lot of great things about you." And you say, "Well, I enjoyed your singing tonight. Do you have some music?" I said, "Oh boy, do I," because I had music. I've always had music, but I did not have the money to. I never have had a radio campaign. I didn't even have the money to mix and master the record. That's how it was just raw, and it was raw for me to run into you. What are the chances of me running into Kerry Doug? You was had all kind of people on your roster. You out here making it mogul, and I stopped you, and I think God made the whole world and clock and the moon and the sun stand still for me to capture your attention long enough for you to say, "We going to a place tomorrow." We went to a restaurant.
What was that restaurant called?
It was a soul food
It was in
restaurant
D.C.
in
Sweet
DC.
Browns or
Brown Sugar, I think was the
Brown
name of
Sugar
it. Brown Sugar.
in D.C. That's
And
where we met at. We met there, and you
I'm
let me hear it.
I'm just so shocked because you listened to all those songs, but you kept rewinding "Rain on Us," and I'm like, "No, the song is gonna be the Great I Am. It's summertime," and you was like, "No, we going with that one." And it was an economic downturn. I don't know if you remember this, but the economy was bad,
Okay.
and so to sing about rain in that season was like it had to been like a move of God to make your ears, and you wasn't hearing really. And I had 12 songs on this record. I said, this Negro won't listen to the rest of the song. But "Rain on Us" was what God was really telling you to do with me. And I get emotional thinking about it because when it comes to male figures in my life, um, um, most male figures in my life have not kept their word. And when you told me you were going to meet me that day to go to the restaurant, um, it seemed like it was going to be a dream. And I was just so grateful that God had honored me to meet you because it just seemed like it just was going to be a dream. And like was told to me, uncle's father, "I'm gonna do A, B, C, D for you," and they never did it. And so this was my first time seeing somebody do what they said they was gonna do. And to throw just a whole lot of money behind you and to market you, to promote you and see your dreams come true was just not something I thought I would see. So some people can say coincidence, but I know it was God. I know it was God. And if I don't record anything else, and I never have anything else in life, that particular moment, I know it was God. And so um, I think that's why the enemy fought so hard once I got it and I got you. I think the voices in my head that came was the enemy coming back again to make you promises. And all of those people who came after you did not keep their word.
You mean all those other record labels?
All of these people came.
Yeah, because let's think about it, Pugh. Let's just talk about it. We had the Rain on Us record. It was a very successful record.
Yes.
You know, you had done other records with other labels.
Yeah.
You know, God used me, and we got that record, Rain on Us. And I know this is kind of touching because our relationship has been, you know, people would say it's a love-hate relationship, but I would just say it's a love-love relationship. Absolutely. And I would say a lot of times in relationships, misunderstandings come. Yeah. Sometimes if you don't really, if everything isn't transparent to you, then you make decisions. Those might not be the right decisions. So what we're going to talk about a little bit about is what makes an artist not stick with the person that God put in their life, even at the point of success. Yeah. What makes an artist just say, "No, I want more. He's not giving me enough. He's not doing enough. I want more. I want to be A, B, and C. I want to be in all these places." What makes an artist make those decisions that can change the direction of their career, and sometimes for the negative?
I think patience and the lack thereof. We're in a very instant, sometime in this industry, everything is, I want it now. I'm looking at this, I'm looking at that. And you begin to look at other people, and the spirit of comparison it's not just a name, it is a voice that torments you all day and night. The more you get, the more you want. You can take me number one tomorrow, but when I become number two, I may have withdrawals. I get ticked off at the next person who's number one, because this voice is always talking, and you're not grateful when you don't just live in the moment and say, God is blessing me right now. I just sat on the top of a Billboard chart. I'm working more than I ever worked before. And you mentioned something that has really blessed me over the last several days. You mentioned the mindset of, you would think that you're at paying into a principal when you have not finished paying the interest.
Oh,
So
whoa.
Do we need a commercial?
Wait a minute. No. I think all the artists need to hear this. So basically, when Earnest and I are talking, he was like, Kerry, you know, at the beginning of my career, it exploded, and other people, other labels, other people in the industry, they would come to me and they would tell me, oh yeah, you should be making more money. You should be getting more television exposure. You should be traveling more. You should be doing all of this stuff. And I said, you know what, Ernest? I said, let's look at the industry like this. When you go and purchase your first car, you went and purchased your first car. You put your down payment down on that car, right? And then you are making your monthly payments on that car. Now, you signed a 48-month agreement to own that car. But your first 12 to 24 months, you're just paying the interest on that car, the interest. You haven't touched the principal yet. And in your music career, when you first get started off, 12, 24, sometimes 36 months, you're really just dealing with the principal. Even though it looks good, even though you're hearing your record on the radio, you're jumping on stage, people are applauding you, you're touching the hearts of people, but at the end of the day, you're still just paying on your interest.
And you take the risk. Like when you taught me a word called recoupment, it's like, I don't know why you people are making you feel like that anything is owed to you. You haven't even paid me back the money I expect. It's called recouping. You haven't paid back the money. And I'm saying, what money? Radio, retail, advertisement. promotional dates that you got to fly to. A lot of times a label gets you there. I had never thought about that until one day you pulled these statements out and showed me. I said, who did that? You did. Who did that? You. It's called a chargeback. You did that. And it was just, and then be a new artist and they didn't move off the shelf fast enough.
Right.
That's a thing you taught me called returns.
Oh yeah, those CDs. Hey, I don't know if I like CDs or streaming better. At least with CDs, we knew we was gonna make $10 when we sold it, but the only problem we never knew when it was coming back. And on this streaming, this point
it take a few years.
Yeah, this .0034 cent. I don't know about that either. But what this all made me do, I wanted to do something, this new deal. I wanted to break it down so people can understand it in regular terms. So I and Earnest and I, we would play around talking, and I say, well, Earnest, what is your artist score? What was your artist score back then?
Zero back then.
Yeah, not your credit score, but your artist score.
Artist score.
Now, it's so ironic that now we're dealing with the success of the American Idol young man, James, right?
Canaan.
So James, now we're gonna ask him, what do y'all think his artist score is, and how did his artist score get so
with 1 million
get big so quick?
likes?
Yeah. So his artist score, what is it? It's a 99 out of 100, and that's because he performed one of our songs, my song, your song, and James Fortune's song on American Idol, and reached millions and millions and millions and millions of people in 24 hours. Now, that doesn't happen to everybody at all times. But one thing I like to say about this is collaborations. Some collaborations are done intentionally, and some collaborations are not done. Some of just God. And Earnest, we experienced this with James, a collaborations on I Need Your Glory was God.
It really was. Because his fans bought into it. My new fans started buying into it. But with Canaan, this is a whole nother group of people now who probably are not a part of church, because I'm sure that song has sold to the church people millions a few times. But for this new audience of millennials, non-churched, it's like we're now collaborating and breaking down the barriers of all of these new people who act like they never heard it.
Crossing race generations. There's a lot of people that have never heard I Need Your Glory, that heard it, and then the young man said, I Need Your Glory by Earnest Pugh. Right. So now the record that's 14 years old is at the top, #1 on iTunes, and everybody is happy. Ernest, your bookings have what?
Yeah, the calls that have come in now. I mean, for most of the whole summer, I probably have anything, and this is the honest to God truth. We probably have taken 25, 30 calls just since Monday. Since the thing happened Sunday. Monday, we started getting called. I did a thing with USA Today, called my publicist, interviewing. I'm looking at iTunes and I'm seeing E Factor. E Factor was not a record we put a lot of energy in because we was going our separate ways. But I'm looking at I Need Your Glory, the record, top 20. People are sending me things of songs. I'm like, what? From down. So they kind of go back and they find everything. Who is this guy? Let me find everything he's got. So it's a God thing. Like, we couldn't have calculated it. You didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming. We got new music that kind of collaborates with your glory. I got a new single that's getting ready to hit. Oh my
goodness! Now let me say this, Pugh. You know, you came to Black Smoke. You left Black Smoke.
I done moved out.
Came to Black Smoke. Came back to Black Smoke. But I'll tell you right now, and I Need Your Glory. You know, we love that record. We know, but this new record, this new single. Well, you know, you got your single out right now. Yeah. That's all digital. It's doing
Your
good.
Glory, called We Want to See You. It's,
but we got the new single out called Don't Give Up.
Oh, Don't Give Up. Yeah, it's really true.
Yeah, he done got so comfortable, y'all.
I forgot how
top
many.
3 on the R&B chart. He's #1 on the iTunes chart. He just got so much success.
I'm fancy
he don't
now.
know. He don't. Yeah, he's so fancy. But let me get in perspective. He has a single right now called Don't Give Up, and it's top 3 on the on the gospel chart. But his album that's 14 years old. It's #1 on the iTunes charts. Yep. And now in May, what do we release? Now
we're going to release a EP called We Want to See You. And it's going to be a live recording from San Antonio, Texas. That's amazing. This is part 1. Part 2 will come in the fall. But it's It's got 7 videos and 7 tracks.
So you have 7 songs and 7 videos. And what's your single coming off of that album?
It's called Your Glory, We Want to See You.
Okay, so let me talk a little bit about this Your Glory single. I think Your Glory single is probably your best work.
Really?
Yeah, it's going to be another anthem.
Oh, wow.
Your Glory
Wow.
is going to be another anthem.
Another Rain
Yeah,
on
now
Us.
it took you how many? Well, Rain on
Ooh.
Us. I Need Your Glory. And then you left me for 9 years.
I was a little asleep for 9 years. I was in the basement.
Yeah, you left for 9 years, and I guess we've been back working together
Since 2000. So we've been
No,
5.
you left between that time.
Oh,
yeah, you want to act like you don't.
You know,
remember
I
that.
was gone from 12 until we came back together in 16, and then we went away again. For 4 years, I came back in 2019 and did a record in Richmond, Virginia that has 2 #1 hits on it. The record you did live in Richmond, Virginia has Thank You So Much and God Wants to Heal You.
Okay, that was in 19.
That was in 2019, but it came out in 2020,
Okay. Now
5 years
now
ago.
you did something, Keepers of Mine.
Yeah.
That's when you left me again, right?
Yeah, that was just a little fun.
All right.
A little fun change, but it got us a lot of trouble. It cost us a few years, but
Right. Okay, so now we're back with Don't Give Up,
don't give up.
and we're about to go #1 with that.
Yeah.
And then
that's
we're
very
excited
close.
about Your Glory.
Yes.
So, man, bro, I really love you. I love what we do together. It's just it's so much fun to me to work with you in your career.
You're not tired?
Nah, man.
You having fun?
I'm the big brother.
Yeah.
I'm 60. You about to be 60.
Yeah, I
remember?
sure am.
But I think I look a little younger.
That's only because of the gray hair, and I'm a little fat. You stopped eating.
I remember when you was cut, bro.
I was your size.
Yeah, you was cut, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I'm a little fluffy.
Yeah, a little bit. But Pugh, let's move to the future now.
Yeah.
So to say that this 17-year-old kid, James, have James? Kalen. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this young kid went on American Idol, 35 million people online, and sung your song, and I wouldn't say brought your career back, but brought back one of your anthems.
Yeah.
Brought back one of your anthems
24 hours.
in 24 hours.
Only God can do that.
So that Rain on Us CD was a seed.
Yeah.
And we created value in it, because if we wouldn't have created value, then the young man wouldn't have decided to sing the song.
Can you expound on value? Because when I said it the other day, people did not get it. But I say when he says value, there's a lot of things that he added to that record to make it not be just a song. You did the whole radio campaign, playlists, a lot of the other things that's adding value to a song. That's kind of like until these pair of shorts, and we saw them in Neiman Marcus, so they could be in Ross Dress for Less, but for some reason they going for $9.99 in that store. But when they put them in Neiman Marcus, the value goes way up. They probably get $750 for that.
Sure. Yeah, that's
Same thing with our music.
Neiman Marcus has value, and it's in there. So you go there and you say, I'm going to pay more for that. Yeah. So we created the value in I Need Your Glory. We wrote the song. We created the value. We took it #1 on radio. And then it laid there for a while, right? It still streamed. It did okay and everything. It was a great song. But the young man brought back and put added value because of his collaboration. And this is some of the things what the New Deal is all about. It's all about partnering with people, collaborating with people, borrowing other people's audience in order for us to be successful in this business that we call the music business. So look, I would love to get more detailed in this. I'm just so excited. We have a lot going on. Earnest bookings is blowing up, and he's got stuff to do today. Earnest, what last words would you say to any artist, not just upcoming artists? Because what I want to let you know right now, just because you have a name, you might still have the mindset of a new artist. A lot of these artists, even though they have a name, their mindset is still of a new artist because they're not updating their thoughts. They're not understanding the new deal. They're not understanding that we don't have records anymore. We're streaming. We're not just streaming, we're creating content. As an artist, every day you have to create content. Because if you don't create content, you're going to be lost in the sauce. Because basically, this world that we live in today is operating in real time. Just like right now, we're interviewing Earnest Pugh about the song "I Need Your Glory." That's happening right now,
Still
in
trending.
real time.
Still trending.
So we're talking about this in real time,
Yeah.
and we're creating the content in real time. So we'll talk about that more because I want you to be I want you to hang out with me on my show more.
And I love this up close and focus because I think that's really the key of the new artist. Not only do I have to stay close to you as my visionary, but I have to focus because so many other things will throw you off focus. So this is really prophetic and really could almost be our thing because when you're up close and you're focused, you and I talk every day. And it's not always just about what I'm doing. It's what the whole label is doing. But if you're not up close and you're not focused, you can get easily distracted in a business with a lot of creatives.
Wow.
Because everybody wants, it's crab in the bucket. They want to get to the top by any means necessary. So staying close and focused to your visionary.
I like that. But let me say this, Pugh, because I want people to really understand. I've been doing a lot of talking, but I want people to understand, how educated you are. No. Because see, sometimes, and I know when you're talking to me, you kind of shelter a little bit for some reason, but I want folks to know, you're not just an artist here. I mean, just explain to people a little bit about, what you are and who, because just like you brought that to me up close, you poured that title, you just poured that title into me. Yeah. So just like I pour into you, you just poured that title into me. Wow. And that's because God has given you a gift. And I don't want to overshadow that gift. And I know you're being respectful while I'm talking. But when you just said, Kerry, up close and in focus, that's what you just said. Where did that come from in you?
Well, in terms of with me and you, we lost a lot of time because I was not focused. I didn't mean to speak. No, I'm just saying, like when I saw the title, it's really gonna ring true to anybody who's connected to a visionary like you. Like you're modest too because you're doing TV, you're doing a lot of other things. But I could see what you're doing on your page and be like, oh, he's doing boobly. What the heck is that? What's that got to do with me? But if I'm focused and I understand that if water is going through a pipe, the pipe gets wet too. So even though it don't necessarily call my name, if I'm connected to the vision, and you taught me this when we were watching things happen in the lives of a lot of the people whose shoulders I stand on, James Fortune, Keith Wonderboy Johnson, even with Pastor Mike, when they would have great success, you said, but I used the seeds to water all of y'all. And I was like, I'm getting lost in the shuffle. So I was losing my focus. And when you lose your focus, you become vulnerable to a lot of attacks on your mind. You ain't got no value. You're not important to him. The priority is them. But if you're focused and you're up close, that's why I call in. And when I call in, what do? You give vision. Pugh, this is where we're going. So if all of the artists are connected to anybody, to me, and I think my degree is in, that's what I have a Master of Divinity degree, but then I have a doctorate degree in leadership and in theology. So I wanted my songs, the lyrics to my songs to live through, whether spoken word, writing books, but just being able to take them off the page and make it not just be bored, make it a song. Okay, now make it a book. Now speak in public on your social media and you still can get it across. So even if you ain't on a stage, off stage, you can still articulate things and bring wisdom to people. So on my page, I try to inform people, I try to educate, and then try to inspire people. So it's all of those things combined. And the singing is just a given. But my way to make my impact in the earth is to inspire and educate people.
Wow. Yeah. So I wanted you to get that out because I want people to understand up close and focus who you are up close, because you're not just an artist. You're not just a singer. You're you and I talk quite a bit, and we have been talking for many, many years, too many years.
And I listen, believe it or not.
Oh yeah.
Now I listen.
a lot of people like, who is this guy, Kerry Douglas? Who is he? What has he done in the industry? Well, I don't brag about what I've done, but some of your biggest songs that you listen to in gospel, God used me to add value to those songs and add value to those artists. A couple of them
A lot of them.
Yeah. You know, for instance, James Fortune. We started him from the very beginning. Earnest Pugh started him. Keith Wonderboy Johnson. Cardi Cortez. It's been
Monica Lisa Stevens, the quartet
yeah.
queen.
Oh yeah.
Joe Kia.
Kia.
Cedric Valerie.
Oh my goodness.
It's a lot of people. You turn on Sirius Radio and stay in your car an hour. Half of that 30 minutes of that hour gonna be Black Smoke artists.
Right, and one of the ones right now that one of the most popular ones is Pastor Mike Jr.
Yeah.
You know, I started his career. I met him, and we put about 48 months worth of work in. And right here.
Only 48 months? It seemed like it was
Now
a
it was
long
within 4
time.
years. We started in the pandemic, but what I'm saying is we got what he had, and we'll talk about that. And we added value to that. Just like we've added value to all of the artists that I've worked with. Lachey Knox, yeah. So, you know, you have to see it before you see it. Lachey is about to be huge.
She's done some big stuff, but I think the people are going to get Creflo Dollar song was humongous for Shay.
Yeah.
It was, even This Is How We Fight Our Battles featuring James. It was humongous, but one thing is going to happen with her, because one thing about a seed, it's going to become a tree. It may be a seed now, but Shay is a tree.
Yeah, and let me tell you this one. Now we have this new artist we've been working with for about a year. His name is Javon Dewan and the Trap Stars. I just want y'all to know. Sit back and relax. It's about something's about to go on, and we're talking about collaborating. So we're collaborating with some really, 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 really big artists with him.
And he's reaching a generation that I can't reach.
Oh my goodness.
My nephews know who Devon is.
Oh yeah, Javon is, you know, the song Without You, we went #1 with him and Zacardi and Gassner, the artist, and of course Jazzy Faye, you know, man.
He got
so,
something else coming with him. I can't tell it all.
No. We can't
Don't
tell
say
this.
that.
We
You
can't
can't
tell
give him a
this.
hint.
I'll put it to you like this. It's gonna be big. Yeah. And then Pugh, here's something that I want to make known now. As a record label or partner with people, it's a pretty interesting relationship and partnership I have with Joe Kia with her new project. So with Joe Kia, we put out a R&B project called Love R&B. Love it. Yeah, and we put out a gospel project called Love Gospel. So what we're doing to increase the marketplace and increase the value on artists. So now we're taking one single that's called Rise at Gospel, and we have another single that's called Brand New at R&B. And we're working these two songs simultaneously the same way. So R&B? Yeah, R&B and gospel. So we're opening up doors. I every time that God puts me to do something, people follow. So I'm going to give them something and the directions. Yes. Because what you have to understand with me, it's about expanding the gospel. It's about expanding the industry. It's not about being a crab in the bucket. You know, it's easy for us to try to tear each other down and get out. You know, if I'm about to get out the bucket, you pull me down. That's easy. What we could do while we're in that bucket, if we all just went to the right, went to the left, and then go back to the right, we knock that bucket over and we all get out. And I believe in that. I believe in that, and I believe in helping people in the industry. But this new trend that we're doing is now we're taking music. We're going to take it to R&B, gospel. Yeah. We might take it to hip hop, gospel. Wow. We're gonna do something that's never been done before, because what made me come up with this, one of the programmers told me when they heard a particular song, they say, this is unformattable. We don't know how to figure it out. Well, yeah, it's it's good, but it's unformattable. We don't know where to put it. So instead of me going back and making something formatable, I doubled down. I doubled down. And I said, I'm going to give you something for all formats. Out of the box? Yes, for all formats. But anyway, man, we have
family.
oh my. How can I?
We just named 30 artists.
Yes. Yeah, we have a new project coming out
Yeah.
on the family. All I can tell you, if you love gospel music, you better invest your time and energy into Black Smoke music, because Black Smoke music has nothing but smash hits coming out. And just sit back. Remember this word, Javon DeWan and the Trap Stars. I want y'all to Javon DeWan and the Trap Stars.
Go follow him everywhere.
Yes. Ernest Pugh, y'all need to follow him. If they want to book you, Ernest, I know you don't have a whole lot of
EarnestPugh.com.
EarnestPugh.com.
Mhm.
So you have maybe a couple days left, or
Maybe
you
a few before the fall.
Right.
I'll be on a boat somewhere chilling. I'm gonna be good and tired.
Right. Yeah, because man, people want you to do.
Summer.
Yeah, people gonna want you to do. I Need Your Glory, and you're gonna be singing that falsetto all over America.
All over.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's gonna last.
I'm gonna need some suitcases so you can add value to my
add
suitcase.
add some back.
Some Louis Vuitton.
Hey guys, this has been really, really great. I want y'all to stay tuned, subscribe, share this if you like it. The Up Close and in Focus with yours truly, Kerry Douglas, my co-host. Oh, he didn't know he was gonna be my co-host. My co-host, Ernest.
Elevate.
All right, guys, we'll see you next week. Same place, same time, and same channel.
Thanks for listening to Up Close and in Focus. Remember to take action, embrace your passions, and never give up on your dream. Kerry Douglas will see you at the top because it's crowded at the bottom.